Well, good morning. Just checking out the greenhouse this morning. Starting to see some chilies, so all that hard work sowing seeds is starting to pay off. We've got some jalapenos, cayenne, Hungarian hot wax, jalapenos, one that says potluck. Don't know if you will be lucky with that one. It looks like it's going to be a hot one. The bird's eye, and lots of flowers. We just need some sun now to ripen them. I just can't believe I'm still talking about the weather and how atrocious it's been all the way through August. No sun. That's the melon. How cute is that? Last year they were delicious, but I think all we are getting this year is that one, and maybe the formation of one up there, but I doubt very much if that will come to anything with the weather we're having. The cucumbers have been so bitter this year. I think I've just given most of them to the chickens. Aubergines have been picked, so I've just got a few that are ripening now. Quite a few on the plant, so I'll keep an eye on those. Tontillas, I'm just gonna say, yeah, nothing happened. So I had 3 plants, got rid of 2 of them, and all I've had of this one is this fella here. So we'll see what that tastes like. Tomatoes, fantastic at the moment. I've had absolutely loads of them. So the first one is a tango, second is a stripy, then the envy, which we've almost harvested everything, yellow delight, more stripies, the black Prussian, just looking beautiful, duo, Zetbavia, and then another duo. What I'm going to do is just shut this back up, because here we are, people, mid-August. These pots outside the greenhouse are from the clearance section of the local garden centre, and then, wow, I just bought them for 50p, I think it was, and they've managed to make these 3 pots, and they've been going all July and August. Absolutely stunning. This is a Super Trooper rose from B&Q. The smell is intoxicating and really done well for 1 year's growth. At the back here is a delphinium on its second flowering. Sweet peas that have gone to seed with the cosmos in front. I'm just going to take the seed heads off. I'm not letting these dry at the moment, it's too early in the season. I'll take these off just to get successional flowering. We have got a huge amount of hollyhock rust at the moment in the garden, and it has started on the mallows. What I'm going to do with this is take the foliage down and burn it, because there's nothing you should never compost this, and there's nothing you can do to get rid of rust. So unfortunately it's just because of the weather conditions, sadly. Good morning, it's mid-August. We're talking about the weather again. Summer hasn't happened. It's just been dismal, grey, chilly, hardly any sun. Things aren't ripening as they should do. We're back after 10 days holiday in Wales, so I'm just going to have a quick tour around the garden. We've had a chance to mow the lawns and trim the edges and do a little bit of deadheading, but a bit of catching up to do. It's amazing the difference 10 days make when you're a gardener. It's lovely to be back home. I'm very lucky. I feel like I'm always on holiday living here. And also the good news is we've managed to find ourselves a thatcher. Sadly we lost our thatcher. He passed away in late December, but we've found a thatcher that's working in the village at the moment, so we're looking forward to him coming up and having a look and seeing what needs to be done. The beautiful mallow, which has been the backdrop to the seating area at the back of the pond for a few months now, has succumbed to rust. It's got a real bad case of it, so I'm going to have to strip this down, and then I'm going to have a massive hole here to plug, gutting. The view from under the plum tree and looking up, I don't think the camera will pick them up, but there are tons of plums up the plum tree. So I've got my preserve book out. Other than eating these, which I think I'm going to be doing quite a lot of, I'm going to be making some preserves from them. This is a view across to the stable block, across the pond, on what is actually quite a chilly morning, although brighter than it has been recently. So the planting here is, it's generally good to plant in threes of the same species, but also I find the same colourway helps the eye when you're looking around a garden. So what we've got here is got the heuchera and a maple, and then the maple in the background in the terracotta pot was one of my cheap finds. That's going to be a beauty, and then that's going to draw your eye through the garden. And then what I'm looking for is something in that corner of a similar tone, so I'm on the lookout for something there. Something like a smoke bush would probably fill the corner on the other side of the gate. I think you can just about see it. There, sorry. There, that's a gate. Well, he doesn't seem to be minding the weather this morning, the busy bumblebee. So this is the clematis that we thought we'd lost. Absolutely beautiful. It's been flowering probably the last 2 weeks. Tiny little bellflowers. I'd love to know what it is. I really should look it up. So the pots going up to the allotment part of the garden again are all from the clearance areas, and they've done really well. They've quite enjoyed the weather at this end of the garden. Again, planting in threes, so we've got 3 pots of planted with bedding plants and hanging basket plants, and on the other side, waiting to go in on a more permanent position, we've got 3 of the patio raspberries. They've done really well. And then thrifty find the metal hangers were in the skip at work, and I've just filled them with some of their cheap hanging basket plants, and they've done really well. A lot of feeding, but they've done really well. And then that's looking towards the vegetable patch. Dead Weavers, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's the mock currant that has really struggled. It's an ancient plant. I keep saying I'm going to take it out, but I'm loath to. I like to give things a chance, but really it's just dead in. Every time I look at it, there's a different limb that's died. I've got to bite the bullet. Tree ferns looking very statuesque there. That's a beautiful plant, and underneath it you can see the primula. This primula was another plant rescued from a skip, and it's just not stopped flowering. And then planted underneath the sedums. These are all self-propagated, so sedums are the easiest thing to do. Take a non-flowering shoot, cut it at a slant, remove the lower leaves, keep a couple of leaves on, and pop it on the edge of a clay pot in some moist soil and pop somewhere shady really, so that it can get over what you're doing, the transplanting. Yeah, and you'll have loads of them. It's so easy to propagate. A little maple there, got a little bit of water on it, and then the sun, when it did burn through, it scorched some of the leaves, but that will be fine. Cider apples. I've got the apple press ready. I know where I can go in the village to pick up more cider apples.